39? 39.
Take it back. Don't tell people how old you are. It's embarrassing.
For who?
For me, for hanging out with you.
Welcome to Classic Blend Podcast number 78. I'm Ken, that's Chris. Ah, fooled you. It's the opposite way.
So funny. He's so funny.
Oh, you hit? Why are you hiding it? I fine, I'll hide mine too. Anyway, Kenny, what's up, man? We had some shows, we had some movies, we had some
Week of 78 was a good one. We had
toys.
We had things happen.
You want to jump right in it? Is there anything you want to preempt this podcast by anything? You want to say hi? You want to
say hi to people?
Shout out to the chat. We're streaming this live. If you didn't know, we stream live every Monday night where we record all of our episodes, including this podcast. So if you want to watch us, watch us. People who are watching us now, we'll give you a shout. Spaz, you got DJ. Who else was here?
DJ Psycho M1, the Spaz. Enrique Van Eysden was in here.
You guys are getting all the little shouts out.
Still in here.
Shout outs.
Thanks for joining us and hanging out with us for this podcast. And we'll talk about some things. Give you a little rundown here. We had.
Oh no! Whoa!
No! I'm just gonna give you. I'm gonna try something new. I'm gonna try something new a little bit. Loverboy, Little Big League for movies. We had Ace Crawford, Private Eye, and The Secret World of Alex Mack for TV shows. Toys brought us Wacky, Wallcrawler, and Rainbow Brite. And games, we got Total Carnage for Super NES, as well as Planet Smashers for the Atari 7800.
I shake my head because
why?
During the recording of the toy section, I heard Kenny's voice in my head saying, "You're a grown man talking about a doll."
Yes.
And the thing is, he says that virtually every time we do toys. You're a grown man talking about this or this or this. And it's just like, it really, you know, I'm always like, yeah, but dude, whatever, it's great. It's toys.
Yeah, but it is weird. You're starting to see it now.
No, I see it.
You see? Oh, I see it.
I see it.
Like I know more about Baby Hugs a Lot or whatever the
Hug a Bunch. Than a grown man should. Yes.
Nobody should know about Hug a Bunch as much as I do.
No, not at all.
You know what I mean?
That movie was so freaky.
Stop.
Good God, was that a freaky movie?
I don't even know.
I recently saw a clip of a different part. It's like they were like riding a dragon. I was like, wait, that was the same movie?
That's weird. I'm glad we're wearing the same color shirt.
Listen, awesome.
Listen, Loverboy.
Loverboy, speaking of which, that was a movie Kenny had from 1989. I had Little Big League from 1994. We made a movie.
Loverboy had Patrick Dempsey. What does anybody remember Patrick Dempsey in? What does anybody remember him in?
Loverboy.
I remember him being very
He had a fro.
He was in like the teen magazines though, wasn't he? Was he? He was in there with like Charlie Sheen and Emilio Estevez.
Of course he was, because he did a lot of those movies. What's the other one where he paid the girl? Can't Buy Me Love.
Really?
Right? I believe he was in Can't Buy Me Love. I will look that up right now.
A little bit of Patrick Dempsey research.
Patrick, tell me about Little Big League. Oh, you don't know about Little Big League.
Yes, Spaz. Adults are just like older kids with better toys.
Well, we are. I mean, look at us. Look what we're doing. We're doing a show where we talk about all these fun things because you know what? We were doing this stuff anyway.
Yeah.
This is how the show got started. We said,
stupid hair.
We said, Kenny, you have stupid hair. But besides that, we love retro things.
Make it at least even.
We love retro things. I told you to buzz it. You don't listen to me, man. I don't listen to him.
Yeah, that's it. I just have it. Yeah, Can't Buy Me Love. He said it.
Can't Buy Me Love. That was Beatles, right? But he was in a movie. Yeah. Can't Buy Me Love. Not the Beatles song. There was a TV series.
Of course there was.
Yep, Amanda Peterson and Patrick Dempsey.
Click Patrick Dempsey's name. What's he best known for?
McDreamy, of course.
Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah, you knew that. You knew that.
No, I didn't.
You didn't know that. He didn't know who McDreamy was. I find that hard to believe.
I've heard of it before.
That's him. He's McDreamy. Yeah. That's all I know, dude. I don't.
Here's okay.
And then there's another one like Doc McStuffins.
See, now that would be a good one. I don't want to get back into this. I don't want to get into it because I really don't care about Grey's Anatomy. However,
who cares? Yeah.
I've heard McDreamy before. I have heard that. I had no idea it was Patrick Dempsey.
He thought it was some McDonald's thing.
Wait. He was in a stupid Transformers movie, wasn't he? Because I remember people I think said McDreamy was in a stupid Transformers movie.
Oh yeah,
the third one.
I don't know. Let's find out. We're gonna read article.
Is that really his last name in the show? Like, is there somebody named like McDreamy?
No, that's just his. No, that's his like.
Or is it like a nickname that somebody gave?
It's a nickname, and there's also like a Mick something or whatever. Another one. What?
Man, the most roundabout way of looking this stuff up, dude.
Shut up.
Guy hasn't been in that many movies, has he? Transformers.
You know,
there he is. Dylan Gould, 2011.
Dark of the Moon was the third one.
Yeah.
The thing is,
listen, we've gotten into rants about the stupid Transformers movies.
Let's
before.
not get
We're not
into
going to do that
Transformers
again.
I know.
We can't do that.
Oh, Amanda Peterson just died? What? Like, I don't really remember her, I'm not going to lie, but... Yeah, wait, she just died, huh? What does she look like?
What else was she in?
Oh,
What?
yeah. Interesting. And she died at age 43.
Really? Wow.
Ooh, that's
a drug overdose. Shoot.
Listen,
I don't
kids.
feel like I knew that.
Hey, you want an 80s PSA? Say no to drugs. Thank you, Nancy Reagan. You say no to drugs.
That's, yeah, wow.
Anyway, we created a movie called Big League Loverboy, where the boy Billy Hayward from Little Big League starts working for Patrick Dempsey's character. I don't remember his name. From Loverboy. Randy from Loverboy. He starts calling himself Randall because he's older now.
Oh, he's older now.
And he took him under his wing, and he was trying to get with Billy's mom. And yeah, it was Big League Loverboy. What do you want? Good movie?
Big League Loverboy? I think it'll be fine.
You know, here's the thing. Here's the thing about the movies that we make. Movies, and we talked about this off camera at some point tonight. You said, was Predator a good movie? And I said, hell yeah, it was a good movie. And you're like, yeah, but they wouldn't be able to make that today. You're correct. As of right now, there's a new Predator movie out.
Yeah.
And Shane Black attempted to, because he was one of the writers and he was in the original Predator, he was trying to make that 80s blockbuster. It doesn't work now. It doesn't work. There's a new genre. Have I seen the movie?
Yeah.
No, but I've listened to like 3 different reviews on it. The thing is, but those movies just don't work right now. They just don't. It's not a thing. You're not going to have the Running Man anymore.
That's the thing is, you make a movie in that vein, and it's a parody.
Right.
It's automatically a parody.
Which sucks.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, now you have things like The Rock with one leg jumping across to a building. You know, Die Hard with like a peg leg. You know what I mean? Like that's the 80s. His new skyscraper. Yeah, he's got a prosthetic leg and he uses it. It's basically Die Hard with one leg.
Is it? Hold on. Is it like Bionic Commando but with a leg?
Nope.
Does it have like a grappling hook on it?
No,
but toes like latch on to things?
It clicks a lot. They make you very aware that he has a prosthetic leg. And then only when he's hanging from the...
Did you see it?
I've seen the trailer. Oh. When he's hanging from the building and it starts clicking, you know what that means. It's so force-fed, dude. I'm not seeing that movie.
I don't know.
I like The Rock and all, but point is, you can't make those movies anymore. That's the problem.
Running Man remake. Yeah.
No, I don't
That's right, DJ.
Winners don't use drugs. That's right.
That's what they...
But here's the problem. If they made a Running Man remake, like look what's happening with Terminator. Those new ones, they're not good.
Well, hold on a second. Let's stop. Let's for a second. Let's go to RoboCop and say that they remade RoboCop, and now they're saying we're going back to the old series.
But do you think the new one's going to be good?
Hold on a second. They did make a new one,
and it wasn't good.
I didn't see it, but what I'm saying is they made a new one, and now they're saying let's go back to the old series again. Like that just goes to show. Total Recall, they tried it too. Total Recall didn't work, the remake.
Was it good? Did you see that?
I did see it in the movie theater.
Was it good though? Forget it being like that one. Was it a good movie? Whoa!
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Thanks.
Was it a good movie?
What? Total Recall?
Yeah. In its own this is the problem.
It wasn't memorable. It wasn't memorable.
RoboCop, the new RoboCop.
All I remember is the dad from Raising Hope was in it. And I expected him to start cracking jokes and act stupid, and he didn't.
He's in Fear the Walking Dead now. You're going to sneeze on me again. Gross.
Excuse me.
Sorry, everybody. I'm not cutting
Yeah, that's right. Is he good in it?
Oh, he's great. He was in The Mindy Project. Absolutely hilarious. Love that guy.
Good.
He's a really good... What's his name?
Garrett Dillon Hunt?
Yeah, something like that.
Dillon Hunt?
Whatever. Point is, the thing is, like, these can be good movies, but they're not our movies. Like, they're not Commando. I
didn't see the new Jumanji yet, but I wanted to see it.
It wasn't bad.
It looks really good.
I saw it with the kids. It was actually...
Yeah,
but you got to get past... You got to get past The Rock being The Rock and Kevin Hart being Kevin Hart.
That's fine.
Jack Black being Jack Black.
I don't know Kevin Hart. I've never really seen him.
You've seen him before.
I've seen the trailer
for
Jumanji, but I've never seen anything with the guy.
Oh, so it might be fresh for you. Now that's an interesting take. I've seen many things that he's done, and he's literally the same in every movie.
I have no
idea. The Rock is the same in every movie.
Like I wouldn't even know what else was in.
You know what's funny? Here's another little tangent. When people use the word character actor, I used to be like, well, aren't they always playing a character?
Like
The answer is
like Jerry Lewis.
the answer is no. The answer is no.
Jerry Lewis.
Because let me pose this to you.
Yeah.
Samuel L. Jackson. Who does he play in every movie?
Sammy L. Jackson.
Who does he play? He plays Sam Jackson.
Right.
You have The Rock. Who's The Rock play? He plays The Rock. Yeah. Bruce Willis. Who does Bruce Willis play? Bruce Willis. Wesley Snipes plays Wesley Snipes. Like, that's not being a character actor.
But those are the action stars, because Arnold Schwarzenegger was the same character in Commando as John Matrix as he was as Dutch.
But that's my point. Like, you have these people who can only play themselves in movies. Even Keanu Reeves. I love Keanu Reeves, but guess what? He's playing Keanu Reeves.
But
well, so he's a little bit. He's a little more of a character actor than them. But then you have someone like Daniel Day-Lewis. Now that's a character actor. You have someone like Brie Larson, character actor. You know, like, you have these people who know Sally Field. She doesn't play Sally Field in every movie. She plays the character. You know what I mean? Like, those are.
Would a Sally Field movie be successful today?
Oh yeah, of course. But then again, she's not billing. She's not top billing though.
Would a top billed Samuel L. Jackson movie?
Well, yes.
It would.
Yes.
What movie has he been top billed in?
Recently?
Anytime.
Oh, anytime?
He's usually
Snakes on a Plane.
He's usually a supporting actor.
Snakes on a Plane. That was actually a really good movie. Snakes on a Plane was actually a really good movie.
He's usually a supporting actor.
Okay, but what are you trying to bring a counterpoint, or are you trying to help me out here?
I'm just trying to say in general, a lot of people will go to the movie theater and say it's a new Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. I want to go see him in a movie, so I don't want.
You're on a different tangent now.
I don't want him to act any different than he did.
Yeah.
In Commando, Predator, and The Running Man. I want to see Arnold Schwarzenegger in this movie. You see him and it's something different, and you're like, not into this. You know what I mean? The Rock, you want to see The Rock.
Oh, Dredd? Did you see the new Dredd?
No.
Now that was a fantastic movie, because it was like The Raid, which is it all takes place in one thing. It's crazy stuff happens. Yeah, that was a good movie. Carl Urban, another good guy. That's a good one. I like that guy. I want to see Carl Urban and Jeremy Renner in a movie together.
I'm not a fan of Jeremy Renner.
Why?
I just don't know.
Why?
Everybody's
You don't like
over...
Hawkeye?
No. Hawkeye was one of my favorite comic book characters back in the day. I liked Hawkeye.
Oh, I'm sorry, you missed his wings on his eyes.
I do.
Okay.
But for some reason in the movies, he's just there. He's just there, and it kind of disappoints me, because I'm waiting for him to turn into Hawkeye. He's just.
Are you kidding me? But he had one of the best lines in any Marvel movie.
What?
He's telling when Scarlet Witch can't go out to fight the Ultron monsters, right? Yeah. He's like, listen, none of this makes sense. He's like, we're on a floating island. He's like, we're fighting robots, and I have a bow and arrow. None of this makes sense. You just get out there and you do your job. Best line. Excuse me. Sorry. Best line ever said. It didn't touch it. Just wanted to share it. Best line ever said.
It's slowly sinking in. At least if it hit my skin, it would have just been like the shock value. But now I know it's coming like alien blood. It's like seeping through the ceiling, and it's going to hit me eventually.
So much.
It's not that dry. It's dry now. It's a little bit. It's a bubble. It's a bubble dryer, Chris.
Anyway,
let's move on to TV shows.
Okay.
I'm just done with this right now.
Oh, do we have the Secret World of Alec Mack and Ace Crawford?
See. So what you're basically saying is action movies are typecast as a lead actor. Character actors are only in dramas or documentaries.
Not necessarily, because if you look at like No Country for Old Men or Tommy Lee Jones, Tommy Lee Jones plays Tommy Lee Jones.
But that's the thing, is there's a certain type of person who goes to see the latest Leonardo DiCaprio movie because he's versatile.
But see, he's a character actor.
He's versatile.
Yeah.
Okay. Then somebody's going to go see a Sylvester Stallone movie.
He's going to be Stallone.
You know he's going to be Stallone. You're not going to get the variety that you're going to get with a Daniel Day-Lewis, Leonardo DiCaprio.
Right. Yeah.
Right. I'd say even back in the day, I would have said Nicolas Cage was a good, versatile actor. Now he's his
own brand of he's Nick Cage.
There's been a switch that was flipped on that man's brain.
Yep.
He is just.
Did you see the one on Hulu?
He is forging onward.
Yeah, it's called Mom and Dad. And it's with it's Selma Blair. It's a really good movie.
Really?
It's real quickly. It's about something happens in the environment, in the world, where parents all of a sudden turn on their kids and they're trying to kill their kids. And it's a really good movie. It's a really good, like, thriller, half slasher movie. It's really good, and he's really good in it. But he's being Nicolas Cage. He's being that. Anyway, sorry, but it's. I just want to keep. It's a shame. It's a shame, though. But you know what? You're right. You go to see these movies.
Yes, Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks is a good one, man.
He's a character actor, though. But you have some people that are character actors, but they're also themselves.
Has Tom Hanks ever been like in an action movie?
Castaway?
No.
Well, yeah, that's a bit. It's a bit.
That's like serious.
No, he hasn't then.
Yes,
then he hasn't, but he's not going to be.
Like, that would be great, just to put a machine gun in Tom Hanks' hand. Well, okay. Listen, I know Band of Brothers, or not Band of Brothers, Saving Private Ryan. I know that.
Good movie.
But what I'm saying is just to have him just out there just spouting one-liners and just running around.
That would be great.
It would be fantastic.
It'd be The Burbs 3.
The Burbs 3.
Because we already made a sequel to The Burbs.
I know.
The thing with that is, you know Colin Hanks, his son?
Yeah.
I like that guy.
He's not in much. He's in like some TV show.
But no, well, I don't know, but he was in the new Jumanji, actually. Very briefly. Really? I like him. I like him a lot. I think he's got the charisma and the presence of his dad. Yeah. But he's a little more somber. Yeah, I like him a lot. I like him. He's good.
One person I can't stand, and I guess Chris likes him, is Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise is just Tom Cruise in every single thing he does. Even in his character pieces, he's still Tom Cruise.
I love it. I love that little dude.
I can't.
I love him. I want to meet him. I'm going to meet him one day.
Nope.
And I'm like, Tom, that's my dad and my brother's name. Hi, how are you? And my middle name. How are you? Anyway, let's move on. Sorry.
Yeah, hold on. The spouse says, name any other movie but Sixth Sense Bruce Willis did that wasn't an action movie. Yep. It's a tough one.
Name any other movie that Sixth Sense Bruce Willis did that wasn't an action movie. He did a movie called, with the one where he was a psychiatrist. Hold on. Color of Red. Color of Night? Color of Night. Yeah, that wasn't an action movie. Moonlighting. But you know what? But that's the thing. I go to see Bruce Willis movies because I don't care. It could be the same. I go on Netflix and I'm like, Bruce Willis. It's all the same movie. DW. Hey,
hello.
What's up?
Hello,
Welcome.
DW.
I didn't watch that yet. It's on my YouTube queue. To watch that thing where he talked about all his character development.
On Netflix? It's on Netflix?
No, on YouTube.
Oh, on YouTube. Gotcha.
Yeah, I'll send you a link.
Yeah.
I downloaded it to my phone. I have YouTube Red, so. Yeah, it looked pretty cool. And he talks about it, which is like, oh wow, you're like, I wanted to see. I really want to see it, so I'm looking forward to watching that. I'll send you the link.
I feel like back in the '80s, there weren't any Arnold Schwarzenegger movies that fell through the cracks. You know what I mean? There was Conan, there was a Terminator, there was Running Man, there was Commando, Predator. You know, like you saw if a new Arnold Schwarzenegger movie came out, you saw it. Today, I don't know if it's because there's so many movies being produced. Like there are a hell of a lot more today being produced than there were.
Yeah, of course.
60s, 70s, 80s. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's it. I feel like there are so many movies that catch you by surprise, Nicolas Cage included, that are just, I never heard of that one. When did that one come out? And that one went direct to video?
Yeah.
This one went directly to Netflix?
Well, now it's Hulu, Netflix, Amazon. Like, you scroll through that and you're like, I had no idea this person even...
Like, you could probably sit here and I could say, name all the Harrison Ford movies from the 80s, and you could probably give me like 80, 90% of them.
Right.
From ones that you remember, and ones that I say, oh, you forgot Working Girl, and you forgot...
I can never forget Working Girl, Melanie Griffith, and Harrison Ford. Shut your mouth.
And you forgot, like, what was the one where he was on the farm?
I've seen that one. I forgot.
No, there's like Frantic, you know, things like that where you might forget ones like that, you know. But there aren't any of those direct-to-video ones. Now today, you'll be like, Harrison Ford was in like 16 movies last year. It's like none of them came out.
You know who loves doing those too? Sam Jackson. He does a bunch of those too. Like, you know what it is? Because they need a paycheck. They got to work, and I'm gonna give you. We'll give you $50,000 to be in this movie. Okay. Although I mean, I don't think they probably get like
some
$1 million.
people. Some people,
but. You know, that's my whole point.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I did have another point I wanted to say real quick. Yeah, I'm gonna watch it, DW. Yeah, thank you. But anyway, yeah. So that's. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of things. Anyway, sorry guys. You know, back to the TV show. Ace Crawford was Tim Conway. Alex Mack.
Witness. Thanks, DW. That was it. Witness.
I was always
the Amish.
Oh, that's it. That's it. Was Melanie Griffin in that one too?
No. don't think so.
I was always fond of Regarding Henry.
Regarding Henry was a good movie.
It was a really good. You want to talk about like character acting? Like that was a really good movie. Yeah. Annette Bening.
I liked
Annette Bening.
Wasn't Annette Bening in that?
Yeah, that was his wife. She was a looker, man. She still looks good.
Okay.
She still looks good. She looked good back then. That's like Phoebe Cates. Talked about Phoebe Cates in the earlier.
Yeah, man.
Phoebe Cates was cute. Anyway, TV show. I don't know, Kenny. What do you want to do? We called it Ace and Alex Mack. Ace Crawford is a bumbling private eye. There's only 5 episodes.
Tim Conway played Ace Crawford.
Loved Tim Conway though.
So
he's a good dude.
But that's the thing is, like, a lot of the times they'll come out with these spoofs. Okay, case in point, there was a movie that came out called like. I don't want to say like The Man Who Knew Too Little.
But he does want to say that.
Bill Murray.
But he does want to say it.
Where it's kind of be like a spoof of the genre, and he kind of like,
Johnny English.
Going along, and he thought it
like
was
Johnny English.
No, I'm just saying, like he thought it was one of those games where you went along and you were on like a.
Wasn't that like
like a real life kind of like
remember Who's Harry Crumb?
Investigator kind of thing.
Oh my god! Can we get Who's Harry Crumb?
We could sometime.
We're gonna get Who's Harry Crumb.
Anyway, stop interrupting me.
Sorry,
and listen
bro.
to what I'm saying here.
Sorry, dude.
They go in on it, and it kind of feels like the genre that it's in instead of spoofing the genre. And I know it just felt like one of those like old timey kind of like detective, sleuth kind of private eye kind of thing.
They want to make it meta.
Just
they're trying
feeling.
It's like kind of meta because it's like it's that in the genre, but they're trying to spoof the genre.
But it feels like it is the genre. You know what I mean?
Right.
Not as much as a spoof as it is. I don't want to say celebration of, but kind of like it's going along with it.
Yeah.
Like. You're gonna have
it's indicative. It's like that's what's in this. What we're doing is indicative of what the genre is.
Like if there was something that was spoofing Law and Order, that was it just felt like another Law and Order.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not really a spoof, and that's how I feel like with it, Ace Crawford. That yes, it's spoofing the genre, but it still feels like it's.
Yeah, but you
genre.
can't.
It feels like it is that.
But you can't spoof something without being in the genre. That's
the thing is like usually when you get
that's inherent though.
Yeah, but you get a caricature drawn of yourself.
Right.
They're gonna be like, we're gonna give you big ears, we're gonna give you a huge forehead, we're gonna give you big lips, and little tiny shoulders, and it's gonna be exaggerated. Your features are gonna be exaggerated, and I feel like something like Ace Crawford, they don't exaggerate it. They put him in the trench coat and the fedora, and they say, go ahead, have fun with the spoof, and it's like. But it feels like it's, like Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
But what's the problem with that, though?
But I just feel like it's like you're just saying, go out there and do this. And it's not larger than life. It's not a caricature. It's not a spoof. It's just another one.
Okay, but that doesn't, but that's what they're going for?
They're going for a spoof of the genre, but by saying that, they're just dressing you up in the exact same thing.
Okay, so name me.
And it feels like the exact same thing.
Name me a successful spoof in your eyes.
A successful
spoof.
Of
any genre.
Like, okay.
You guys, too, you let me know. Name a spoof.
Hot Shots Part 2.
That was a good one.
Where he's sitting there and he's going, he's like Rambo, right? And he goes there and he's like dipping his hands in the stuff, and he's got like gummy
bears. What was the second thing?
I don't even remember.
Oh, he said gummy bears.
But that's an exaggeration. Remember? It's there,
but it still is in the genre.
However,
it is. Sorry, go ahead.
A spoof would have been, I'm dipping it in the glass. I'm dipping in the. You want to know what horrible ones are all the like epic movie, scary movie, that stuff. They take like literal lines from these movies and just say it again. And it's like, you're dressed as the character. You're saying the exact same line as the character, yet somehow I'm supposed to laugh at this? It's not funny.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's just random moments
I get your point now.
Strewn about where it becomes the exact same thing, and it's not funny.
Hot Shots is a really good example.
Hot Shots.
Those movies are really good. Robin Hood Men in Tights is another one.
I find the Mel Brooks movies lacking.
I love Mel Brooks though.
Like I understand what he's doing.
His earlier stuff is for me. His earlier stuff
probably
is
a little bit because
History
he took
of the
a little
World
bit more
like that.
chances.
I mean, that's good stuff. And I know people love Blazing Saddles, but I like more of his like Men in Tights and like the later stuff. You know,
the Naked Gun movies were extremely funny.
Now,
extremely funny.
But now
but
hold
Leslie
on.
Nielsen,
but those weren't spoofs. Those were actual. Everyone else around Leslie Nielsen was real. Well, they were all the straight guy, and it was his world. They were living in his world,
which worked.
But I wouldn't necessarily call them spoofs
because he looked the part, but just
he looked very serious.
But that's where I'd say that's almost an exception,
those are good
because
movies, man.
Leslie Nielsen was a genius.
Those were good movies, man. Those were good flicks, dude.
Because you took an actor that was a serious actor back in the day, and then put him in here and made him just say these ridiculous things in the same delivery as a serious actor would be.
Yeah.
And it was hysterical.
Those are really good.
And it came from the TV show Police Squad. If you ever watched Police Squad, it was
Airplane. Airplane's another one.
Airplane was another one.
That's a good one.
But again, Leslie Nielsen was involved in that as well.
So good.
You know? Totally over the top, and really, really, they really worked.
You know what? You're making me realize, like, those movies I enjoy. Now, people do like the other ones that you're talking about that you don't think were that successful, but yeah.
I just feel like by spoofing them, you're just becoming them, and it's just not funny.
Yeah, I agree. So, all right, let's move
over.
Toys. Oh, do we have to? Okay, so toys, guys. I had a Rainbow Brite, the toys, and Kenny had Wacky Wall Walkers.
Yeah, with the little octopi, the little rubber things.
You all know you had these
that you threw at the wall, and they crawl down the wall. $80 million just made this dude.
I'm going to tell you a story. $80 million.
Mid 80s money.
Which is like what I said, like 200 million now or something. I don't know. For inflation.
It's a lot, adjusted for inflation.
Let me tell you a quick story.
The Pink Panther, yeah, same kind of thing.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. I'm going to tell you a quick story about the Wacky Wall Walkers.
Yeah.
We all had them.
He's talking about the hairs. Like, it's so funny because it's like I forgot about that part of it.
And it's so funny
because I'm researching this stuff and I'm looking at the...
Are you telling me kids don't get those on the machines now?
They probably
the little hands?
They probably do,
and they do
for $1.50.
And they touch everything, and then they're like...
you have 6 quarters I can throw in the machine?
Yeah.
It's like
I don't carry change.
It was like 10 cents or 25 cents at most.
Yeah. Remember you could put like 10 cents in those machines?
There were some that were, I remember, nickels.
Yes, I was just going to say that, but I wasn't sure if my memory was correct.
No, you were 100% correct.
I thought that was a Mandela effect again.
Yep, nope.
But yeah, my kids now, Dad, can I get it? So they get them like party favors, and it's these little sticky things, and they use them twice, and then they drop it on the floor, and I'm like, I gotta pick this thing up now.
And there's a hair.
And they're just looking, and we all have animals, so of course there's hair everywhere, no matter how much you clean your house.
That's funny, right?
Anyway, my story is, I had one, my brother had one, then I got a third one. I got a second one to be our third one because we were sharing them for some reason. I don't know why. And I just remember, like, you throw them against the wall, but then they'd come down, and I had all carpet everywhere in the house I was living when I was a kid.
Get it, hurry.
Yeah.
Before it goes
and when my brother, and so I remember our den, like our kitchen with the length of the kitchen, and then we had to step down into the den, and we were throwing it past, like, and we were trying to get it in between the hutch, the shelving system that my parents had, the record player. We were trying to get, it was a space this much. We were trying to get it through. So I finally got it, and my brother's in the room. I'm out of the room. Went down behind.
Oh, God.
Behind.
Yeah.
You know what's back there?
That wasn't clean since the 70s.
Right. And I was like, get it. Exactly what you said. I'm like, get it. And he was like,
oh, it's done.
Guess what? Covered in fuzzballs and like, it's done, man. I don't know. Anyway, what did we create? Oh, we created Wacky Sprite Walkers, which are pets to Rainbow Brite's color friends. Sprites were Rainbow Brite's little pets, and you threw them at each other. That's what it was.
Window slinkies. Window slinkies. We don't ever call it window slinkies. I didn't know it was called Wacky Wall Walker officially.
Oh, who remembers that, man? Who really remembers any of that stuff? I just remember those things that had the hole in the bottom, and you could put them on your finger, and then you could throw them.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I forgot about that.
But you know what's interesting about that is that on this show we get a lot of these major toys.
Yeah.
Right? All the action figures, all the big playsets.
Well, we've had Lego, we've had Thundercats, G.I. Joe.
Big toys.
Big ones,
You're going to remember those. You're going to know what those are. Then there's things like this that when you looked in the bottom of your toy chest, like muscle, like you find little muscle guys, like you're just going to find a plethora of like, what the heck was this from? I don't remember this. You go to your brother, you know where this is from? He's like, I don't know. Ma, you remember this? And I don't know what the hell you have, kids. I don't know what you get, You just, those little things you never knew. You never knew what they were. Like, what are you, like, what? And that was like one of those things. Like, I don't know where I couldn't tell you where I got that from. I don't know. I have no idea. I had 3 of them.
Somebody bought them.
Somebody bought them. Anyway, that's what I'm saying. Like, those are just some fun things. Like, So, I feel like kids don't have that nowadays. Or do they? Yeah, they do.
That's the thing is we're not kids anymore, so
No, we're not. But
I know, but do they?
I'm sure they do. You know what I mean? Like, like my kids when they were little, yeah, I mean, I guess I have a bunch. Like when I'm cleaning up the kids' room when they were little, or you know, all right, time to throw out these toys that they're not playing with anymore. And you're like, what the heck? What is this from?
Well, you look at it today, and you wonder, what are they going to be talking about? 30 years from now. Kids today, what are they going to be talking about? But they are going to be talking about boring things. But here's the thing: are they going to be talking about like, oh, remember blind bags?
Yes, they will be. Oh my god!
Oh man, I wanted to get that like green turtle so many times and I never did.
Be talking about dumbass blind bags.
It's going to be like that's a big thing.
No. We didn't have any of those, did we?
Nope. You went to the store.
You know what it was? That machine. It was that machine. What am I going to get?
Yeah.
What are you going to get? Because you see what's in the front, and you're like, I want that one or that one or that one, and then you get the one from the middle, and you're like, what is this? And it's not even on the sheet that they show.
Yeah.
Oh man,
those were our blind bags.
So annoying. That was our blind bags. Yeah. Anyway, I feel bad for kids nowadays. Let's move on.
I feel bad for the parents because who's spending the money? Or if they get like, here's a $50 gift card to go to Target.
Oh god.
And it's just they're buying. There's nothing but like Pokemon cards.
And can I
blind bag things.
Can I agree with you about something?
And then they get everything and they're just like,
listen,
I don't want any of this.
I don't do this very often.
They wasted their money and I feel bad.
I'm going to say you're right about something.
Yes.
I'm going to agree with you about this.
Thank you.
Kenny doesn't like cartoons that are made today because they all look like anime style, okay? Big eyes, big heads, little bodies, this and that.
Little feet.
And that's what a lot of these toys look like too.
Yeah.
So I agree with you. I look at these toys.
They see the success of the pop vinyl, and they decide, let's all just do things like this. And now everything is this cutesy nonsense.
Can I gripe for something about something here?
You can gripe about it.
I go into like Target. I was just in Target yesterday, right?
Sure.
And with the kids, and we just take a quick pass up and down. You look.
Always do.
There are way too many wrestling toys.
Really?
Yeah, dude. What's with these? What? It's not WWF anymore. It's not WCW. It's all like one conglomerate now. These guys all look the same to me.
There are a lot of wrestling toys at Target?
Yeah, dude. It's no good.
Is that what the kids are into?
Even at... Well, there's a lot of them there.
See, but the kids, why?
Why, though, is my question.
I'll tell you why. See, I enjoyed wrestling as a child.
So did I, but we had those big rubber ones that you could bash someone in the head with and break a window with. I had Hulk Hogan. I had Ultimate Warrior.
I got you in the ring and everything.
Yeah.
However, here you go. Big. Here you go. Kids see that and they're like, okay, here's an actual, I don't want to say like a battle, but kind of a, help me out.
Like, what are you talking about? Like a conflict?
Here's an actual conflict because you watch kids' cartoons today and it's all like, oh no, I lost my slipper. Let's all find it. Or, oh my gosh, it's going to rain on my birthday. And the animals are scrambling.
The animals are talking animals.
That's the thing. And it's like, these are their problems. So they don't get like, this guy's mean to me. Like, I need to stop this. You know what I mean? Like, they don't get that resolution, that conflict. And we've talked about this before.
Yeah, okay.
Where the 80s cartoons with G.I. Joe, Transformers, Thundercats, you had good and evil. You had a clear line.
That's all it was. I'm a good guy fighting a bad guy.
Nobody wanted to be the, I mean, kind of be the bad guy. Or something. Yeah, plenty. But you knew consequences to actions. You knew all that stuff. Kids don't have that today because you don't get that. So that might be their outlet. They might be like, you know what, there's only so much of, there's these goofy cartoons that I could watch. Like,
I don't know, man.
What do they have? Come on, man. Like Mickey Mouse, Clubhouse. They have like PJ Masks. They have like all these goofy.
But you know what's good? But there are
no.
But you know what? There are some real good ones.
It's always like you're annoying people with.
Some are really good though. Okay, some are really good though. I know you don't watch them, and I won't mention them, but there are some good ones. Teen Titans Go, The World of Gumball. Listen, they're wacky. Nope. There are some really wacky things out there.
That's the Family Guy factor, where now everything has to have some really random occurrence constantly, sporadically, to keep your attention.
I love Family Guy, though, but I love that stuff. I love that stuff. I think it's funny.
I want to see a good narrative.
But I want to tell you,
I don't want to be insulted. I want to be able to go there, and I want to see a story from point A to point B, and I want to see it envelop, and I want to see it unfold, and I want to see it resolve.
But you also want it just good and evil. You don't want these
No, not necessarily, because, dude, there were some goofy Transformers episodes. You ever see the one where they turned into humans?
Yeah.
Remember that one? And Ultra Magnus is in, like, a blue, like, bib overalls.
Yeah.
Like walking around like he was a human.
True. Like you mentioned the one last week with the arm takes the arm off and he puts it on the building and it's still shooting.
There was a girl who fell in love with like Power Glide and Sea Spray and everything like that. Yeah, Power Glide and I think Sea Spray had one too. Well, it was ridiculous because here's a plane that's fallen in love with like a girl. The girl liked stuff like that. So,
Spaz, have a good night. Thank you so much for hanging out. We appreciate you, buddy. Thanks.
Yeah, Spaz, see you later. Take care, man.
Remember when we used to play Fortnite 24/7? Yeah, that's what they're gonna say.
That's what they're gonna say.
That's what my kid's gonna say.
Yep. Oh my gosh.
But anyway, yeah. So listen, man. I hear you. I hear you, man. Let's move on. All right. Let's get to this. Let's get to the games because we got to wrap this up here.
Total Carnage for Super NES. Listen, it's not as good as you remember.
Total Carnage. Is that what it said?
It didn't say it like that. Chris.
How would you say it?
Total Carnage.
Now say it with the real voice.
Total Carnage.
Thank you. It's pretty good.
Yeah, thank you.
I had Planet Smashers for the 7800.
Listen, I thought I knew a lot about 7800. Listen, I love the Atari 7800.
Sure, I know you do.
I had this system when it came out. I loved it. I remember the mistake that I got was I remember getting a couple games for Christmas.
Okay. Were they expensive? I don't remember.
I don't recall. Okay. I mean, back in the day, old games were pretty much like, I think, like $40, $50. Then Super NES era, they started getting to like $80 and stuff for like Street Fighter because it was 16 megs.
Yeah, why
crazy things like that. They got ridiculous at some point.
Mortal Kombat cost me an arm and a leg.
Yeah, and then the games came out with like CD games for PlayStation, which were cheaper. They were all like $40. For all the games and stuff. And then they got a lot bigger.
Yeah.
Or more expensive because now today you have like $60 games, you have $100 premium and platinum versions and Game of the Year editions. Even though, how on earth are
buy the DLC before the game's out?
How are there 17 different games that say Game of the Year edition?
Yeah,
that's got to be misleading somehow from somewhere.
I mean,
I could come out with a game and call it Game of the Year edition, Chris.
But that's the thing; it's not.
It doesn't mean anything.
Well, it's this. Whatever. We're not going to get into it.
Point
is, Planet Smashers we mixed with Total Carnage.
Listen. No. I'm not done.
Okay.
Atari 7800. I got for Christmas probably like I want to say it was probably like 1985 when the NES came out, or maybe it was like 86 or something. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah.
Whenever the first year that the Atari 7800 came out, I got a couple games for it, and I was like, I don't have a 7800, Mom. Oh. Oh, okay. Well, just put them aside. We'll deal with it later. I was like, okay. So I go to my grandparents' house for my gift, and open it up, and I got my 7800.
Yeah.
So my mom, I think, goofed up and didn't realize that she gave me the games before I got the system.
Yeah. Did you suspect anything?
I don't remember. I don't want to say either way because I honestly can't recall if I did.
Can I posture saying you probably didn't?
I probably didn't. Like, I got these games now. I gotta somehow get an Atari 7800. What am I gonna do?
That's awesome. I picture that happening too.
Yeah, I know. Like.
Being like, what am I going to do now?
It doesn't even factor in that you're going to get more presents later on in the day.
You were probably like, oh boy.
I don't remember. I don't remember either way. So that's why I'm just saying, like, I just remember getting those going, I can't play these.
Yeah. Mom, I don't know what to tell you.
Thank you. It was awesome.
Yeah.
God, it was such a good system. It was so much fun. Pole Position 2 at home was unlike anything else. I had Xevious on the thing. I called it Xevious at the time because I didn't understand how to say it.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, look.
It was good times. But anyway, I never heard of Planet Smashers.
Planet Smashers, man. Yeah.
Never heard of it.
You know, we have some footage. You know, we put up the footage, and you know, it's a hard game. It's not easy. It's not an easy game. It's not that Total Carnage.
Total Carnage.
A twin stick shooter without two sticks.
Yeah, that kind of constantly moved the screen for you.
Annoying. I don't like those games. It's like a game with time limit.
But it's kind of like I loved the NES game Life Force.
Yeah. Okay.
I loved it.
Yeah. Not the movie, the game.
I always, man,
not the game tie into the movie.
Every time I went to the drugstore to look at VHS tapes, I'd always look at Life Force and just try to find a connection to the game.
Yeah.
Well, how can this be called Life Force?
Why is there no ship on here? What is this?
And then every time I played Commando, Capcom's Commando, I'd always be like, I guess he kind of does look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Why would there be a game commando and a movie called?
Where's his daughter?
His name isn't Joe in the movie, though. It's John. I guess it's kind of close. Maybe his name is Joe Matrix. Super Joe Matrix.
Yeah.
And it doesn't ever work like that. But, yeah, anytime. Anyway, a lot of the shooters, they just constantly pushed you along. And Total Carnage just doesn't feel right. It's a little bit...
DJ, take care. If you're still watching, take care. Thanks for watching. We appreciate it. We'll catch up with you about the con and everything. And let us know.
Thanks, DJ. Take care.
My grandparents tried to trick me.
Thanks for subscribing too.
Gave me a couple Game Boy games and tried to pretend that I could play them on the generic handheld device.
Oh, see, there you go.
But at least your grandparents knew. Okay, you got a nice long hair there. At least your grandparents knew that they knew the game, like the game of let's give him this and pretend like he won't get that. Yeah, I've gotten some.
A generic handheld device. That's good. That's a good one.
It's pretty good.
That's funny.
But I mean, but what interests me about Total Carnage, and I did play that game, and you reminded me, I totally forgot that you could shoot with all those buttons.
Yeah, in hindsight, I remember it being extremely similar to Smash TV and Robotron.
Right.
Yeah, kind of spiritual successor to the others, but I don't recall it scrolling like that.
No, it sure did. What I like about the fact that you said Total Carnage didn't do so well. So, what's his name again? Boone?
Boone.
Right? Went on to make NBA Jam.
Well, no, not him. Somebody else.
Oh, well,
he was the voice.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He worked at Midway.
Oh, but the crew that made this
he was
game
working on Mortal Kombat
they went on it, and they went on to make.
Well, one of the lead designer.
Dude,
they had to sell like 2,000 cabinets, and they didn't sell 2,000 cabinets, so they had to shift focus and say, okay, well, Smash TV was a success.
Yeah.
The follow-up Total Carnage wasn't.
Yeah.
Even though it was unrelated games, it was a spiritual successor,
right?
As they say, So it didn't really sell that well. So we had to let's start something else, and they did that, and that project eventually led to NBA Jam.
Yeah. I loved NBA Jam.
Yeah, NBA Jam was a lot of fun, man.
I remember
it was just
doing the code. Remember all those codes? You get big head mode, you get fire mode, you get. Oh my god, I loved it. I loved those things. I loved that. We played it recently against each other, and I was like, oh my god, I started remembering it. I'm like, yes, this is great. Then the later ones, I was like, all right, they started getting I can't remember the other names of the games of the successors.
Well,
of
there was NBA Jam Tournament Edition, right? Wasn't there?
But then was there Street? No, that.
No, well, that was EA trying to get in on it.
No, I know.
There was a transition in there.
I thought
some of the last great arcade games were the NBA Jam games, Mortal Kombat. Then things started to come because arcade games were what you strive to be. Arcade games were like the movie theater. Yes. Arcade games were to movies as like home video was to
VHS was
to home consoles,
right?
Because to get the arcade game at home was, oh my gosh, this is amazing, But they were never as good looking, never as big sounding. They were just never. It wasn't like the big leagues at home yet.
Yeah.
And PlayStation came out and kind of started changing that stuff, and now all of a sudden.
Now you could have arcade quality.
Really
in fact, it was better than arcade.
Some of the
That's
stuff
what
was,
happened when PlayStation come. Please, tell you stories. Dude, Battle Arena Toshinden. Oh my god.
Yeah, things like that. You couldn't get that stuff in the arcade, even though they did try. Yep.
Well, that was the thing, though.
And now they make games at home, like Mortal Kombat 10 wasn't in the arcades. It's just at home, and it's kind of crazy to see where it started from.
Yeah.
And then, but that was the thing. So now and then, but that's the thing is EA at the time tried to compete with like NBA Street. They had that. I worked at Stupid Acclaim.
Oh yeah.
For a time, and
what'd they make?
They had a game. They came out with like a street soccer game called Urban Freestyle Soccer.
Yeah.
Which was brutally awful. I had to play test that stupid thing.
For what?
Xbox One, PlayStation 2, and GameCube.
God, I love the GameCube.
Yeah, I used to. I think I used to do the Xbox version on that one.
Can we talk about the PlayStation Mini real quick? It's apropos.
You can if you want to. I don't care.
Have you seen anything about it? They're coming out of PlayStation Mini?
Yeah.
What do you think about that? What's your thoughts?
Don't care.
Yeah, not at all.
Not really. Emulation really takes people as far as the 16-bit Super NES, Atari Jaguar at most, arcade games, things like that. But for some reason, I just don't feel the need to emulate Final Fantasy VII, Battle Arena to Shinden.
Not only that, I mean,
Combat, like Air Combat, as the first one was called.
Nintendo just released that they're like bringing a whole bunch of Final Fantasy games like to the Switch, and so it's like they're all coming back out anyway.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is emulation. I love emulation in the fact that it preserves history in a way. These old games, and you can have them at your
and you can play
fingertips.
them almost as is. I mean, yes, the hardware is not exactly the same, but you can play them.
What? Right.
The thing with the PlayStation Mini, I feel the same way you do. Like, it's like, okay,
The games aren't as... Listen, if I'm going to play my Atari, I have an Atari Flashback, okay? And I can go in there, I can play Hangman, I can play Combat, I can play... Gosh, whatever the heck games are in there. Like Breakout, maybe it's on there. Super Breakout or something like that.
Pitfall.
Those games, I can go in there and I can say, I'm going to spend 10 minutes on this and get as much out of this game as I want before I move on to the next one.
Right.
And say, now I want to play Circus Atari. I can play Circus Atari in 2 seconds and play it. You know what I mean? With PlayStation, I got to unlock characters. I got to save this stuff. I got to play Final Fantasy. You're not going to play Final Fantasy for 5 minutes before moving on to another game. Like I would, because I'd find it boring as heck. But the fact is, I'm not going to play... Like, that's hours that you're going to be playing this thing. And if you look at it in that way and you have such fond memories of the PlayStation, I do. I had one when it first came out. I love the system. Yeah. But those games are not just plug-and-play games.
But that's the point. They're not, but you're not, but that's also indicative of the style of those games. They're not supposed to be played for 5 and be done.
Right.
Those are,
but that's,
get back in.
That's the appeal of the mini consoles, of the NES, the Super NES, the Atari,
but not
the Genesis,
necessarily because
to get in there, play this. I remember this. This was fun. I'm going to move on to this
because
one.
even the NES Classic, right? It's got Zelda on it.
Yeah.
Right? That's not a short game.
Well, that's fine. No, it's not.
But what I'm saying is, regardless of what you're saying is valid, and I agree, but at the same time, I also disagree in the fact that people would get that to play that like that because they want that. They want to play Final Fantasy VII and
but that's
form.
The thing
they
is,
want to play
hard to get a PlayStation.
But you want to know something? What? But you want to know something? We are in the minority. Everyone watching, everyone that's involved in this, we're the minority. We people don't even know what emulation is.
That's awesome, DW. Sorry. That's the best gift you ever received, man. That's good.
He played
the Game Boy was magical, and I'm sorry you played that stupid game.
Yeah. It's Ken's fault, by the way. Any bugs you experienced were his fault. He didn't catch them when he was playtesting.
I caught stupid bugs in that game.
But my point is we're the minority. I feel we're the minority in knowing what emulation is and doing it and stuff like that. Like we're not most people. Dude, think of most people. They're dumb. Like, people don't know any... There are people that still don't know how to use the damn smartphones. Okay?
No, I know.
Anyway, I don't want to go too long on this. The point is, I agree, though. Look, it's cool, whatever. It's not for us. It's not for us. It's for the people who don't know emulation, who had a PlayStation, probably haven't played a game since the PlayStation, and they go, oh my God, I can play, whatever on there again. Oh, great. And they get it and they spend $100 and then it sits on their... That's fine.
Exactly right. That's exactly
fine.
Right.
And that's fine.
I feel like Sony's trying to get in on...
Well, yeah,
what is
a little too late, Sony, but people are going to buy it.
They will 100% will based on the PlayStation name, even though they didn't buy the PlayStation Vita.
Right, yeah, exactly, yeah.
But they will buy this based on the name, and they will buy based on the nostalgia. But they're going to be in for a rude awakening when they say, "I really don't have the time to throw into Final Fantasy VII right now," because it's going to be about an hour before you can save your progress in that game.
No, well, I think they'll have save states. It's probably going to have save states.
Let's find out, Chris.
I don't know. I'll let you know.
I'll be watching, but I'm just saying to turn on Super Mario Brothers and play until you die and say, "Oh, okay, that was cool. I'm going to try this one again. I'm going to try."
But was that worth it though? Like that?
I don't know. I didn't get one.
That's my point. That came out, and I was like, "Wow, that's really cool." And I got that quick itch, like, "Oh my God, that could be cool." Then I was like, "Hold up! I've been playing these games already on my PC. if I really want an external device to do this, why don't I just make myself a Retro Pi? And I made myself a Retro Pi. In fact, I didn't have to buy the hardware. My brother gave me his old Raspberry Pi, and I found out how to make it. I think I spent $35 total to buy myself the case and like a memory stick, and that's it. You know?
Yep.
So, anyway, we made a game called Planet Carnage. Very good game. I really enjoy this game. I think it's one of our best games we've had in a while, where you're on the ground, it's a top-down, you're running around.
FIFA Street, you're right. It was a little bit like FIFA Street.
Yeah, again, the FIFA game, I don't know.
The FIFA had a license.
Yeah. Let me just finish saying this. You run around the ground, you can call your ship and go in the air. So Super NES Mode 7 in the air, fly around.
Flying around like Axley or Juno First on the Atari 2600 or Arcade by Konami.
Well, I would.
Well, they did come out with, it was kind of a homebrew kind
What if it was more like Star Fox? No, it had to be top down. No, I mean, why can't it be? Why can't it be like that? No, you want it to be top down? Anyway,
and then you fly down.
Fly back down, right. Get on you have to collect
you run
fuel
out of
pods.
Fuel, you go down, and now you're running around, and you can collect fuel pods, or you can just wait for it to recharge in general. And then when it's ready, it'll tell you it's ready.
Because it gives you a reason to blow up certain things, like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's the thing. Is there different? There can be different missions. There can be just different things. You want to take a chance, and you want to go off to the edge of the screen. Blah blah blah. You're gonna get cornered.
Anyway, I think it's a good game. We called it Planet Carnage. I think that's a perfect name for the game.
Yeah,
as a really sequel. Cool. I liked it, man.
That game made.
I like that game. You know, I think it will sell well. Most people, 20 to 40, who would be into it.
Yeah, there's some people, that are just like, oh, I would love to play those games, but I have no idea how to do that.
Right.
You know, and also, in its favor, to take a bunch of CD-ROM games or CD games and back that stuff up, it's going to start eating up space. Unlike cartridge games where you can just have all Super NES games in like a gig or two. You know?
Well,
you're getting to store every PlayStation game, which are probably like 1,000 games or something like that. You're talking a significant amount of space.
I'm curious how long it's going to take them to be able to load more games onto it, like they have with the SNES and NES Classic. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to know. I want to know.
But that's the thing
is that going to happen?
But the NES Classic and the Super NES Classic, like that's the thing.
I get it. You can
because however, because they're small files.
Right.
But this
is that going to be able to? Right.
They're not going to really have it unless you overwrite things or whatever like that. Maybe. However, also on top of that, an NES game, I could start an NES game right now and get past the title screen and into gameplay within probably like 10 seconds.
Okay.
You know what I mean? If that. A PlayStation game, you got to go past the loading screens. You got to load. If it's emulation, it's probably going to take the CD read speeds into, you know.
Yeah.
You're going to have to take that into there. By the time you're up and running with the game, there's going to be such an investment where people just, I can't do this. You hit reset and you start another game with the little Sony thing coming on the screen and everything.
I love that, though. I love that.
I know, but can you imagine? I just want to try out all 20 of these games right now.
It'll take you like 2 weeks to get through them all. Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you, man.
And I just feel like there just comes a time where it's just not.
I know. Listen, I mean? It's not. It's fine. It's not for you. Guess what? This phone turned off. All right, look. DW says I'm from England, so I'm obliged to play every soccer game, football-related game.
That's fun.
Yep.
Listen, man. You know, for everyone that I don't ever want to touch, you're touching for me.
You can have it. Yeah.
We're like polar opposites.
Yeah. Rancid flash memory, is cheap, but will that allow it? You know, will that thing with that new little system be able to do that?
Yeah, flash memory is cheap. However, are they going to?
That's what I'm saying.
Expandable? Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying. They're not that. The reason I mean I haven't done them. I don't have one. I haven't done it. But like the NES Classic, like there's room on there.
Yes. Rancid. Good news. I saw that. At Games is gone, and they're gonna. Yeah, Sega's gonna actually start making their stuff themselves now, because they have dropped the ball year after year on those Sega Genesis minis.
Oh, those
garbage.
I feel like those were bootleg though.
They are borderline bootleg. They have the official license, but they they don't look like the games, play like the games, sound like the games. They're garbage. The interface is garbage. Everything about them is garbage.
Listen.
So now everyone's
going to jump on it, of course, and people are going to get it.
Yep.
That's why I never bought one of those. All right, we got to wrap this up. So listen, I think we've talked a lot. It was a good show.
It was a good week,
We had a lot, it was a good week.
Again,
I mean, we didn't
up,
listen. We didn't have great things, but go ahead, sum it up.
Movies, Loverboy and Little Big League. TV shows, we had Ace Crawford, Private Eye, and Secret World of Alex Mack. Toys, Wacky Wallcrawler and Rainbow Brite.
Back a little.
And then for games, we had Total Carnage
Turtle
Carnage on the Super NES and Planet Smashers on the 7800.
Now, look, like I said, not great titles per se, but led to very interesting conversation.
Yes, all of them did. The movie was actually pretty darn
That's an 80s
fleshed
movie.
out.
That's an 80s movie.
It was definitely an 80s movie.
That's an 80s movie.
And it actually was a good, valid plot that we came up with there. Ace Crawford and Alex Mack, I don't remember at all.
We had Ace Crawford. She hires Ace
to get the people off
to cover her track, but meanwhile, she's covering his track.
That's unique. That's cool.
Funny. That's good,
Wacky Wallwalkers and Rainbow Brite, okay, they're little pets for that thing. That's fine.
And the game was
Carnage
awesome.
and Planet Smashers, you can fly into the atmosphere or land.
Pick one.
You
All
can
right,
get out and everything, like Blaster Master.
What's your favorite?
What is my favorite? I think the game I would be doing a disservice if I would choose anything but the game. However, I really enjoy a very close number 2 is the movie.
Yeah.
Which I would never guess with Little Big League and Loverboy. Never. Because I really like the plot point of that. And I really like the Ace Crawford, Ace and Alex Mack that we made.
Hey, man, 7, 8 episodes. Maybe we're getting good at this. I don't know.
I don't know. Sometimes you just get the right properties that actually lend themselves.
I think I agree. I agree with you this time. So the game, and then as second, I would definitely say the movie. But guys, that is going to do it tonight for this episode. This is a Classic Blend 78 podcast. Thank you so much, guys. If you didn't get to see the videos for during the week, all the stuff we're talking about, we reveal them in our videos Monday through Thursday on the YouTube channel.
Each day is a different
video
medium.
Yep.
We do movies on Mondays, TV on Tuesdays, Wednesdays either toys or cartoons, and Thursday are the video games. Friday, we sum everything up, go into a little bit more in depth. So videos are complementary to the podcast. The podcast is complementary to the videos. If you want to just watch the videos, just watch the videos. That's fine.
You want to listen to podcasts? Listen to podcasts.
Nice little 10-minute segments. You want to listen to the podcast, you're going to get all the information and more. Either way, either what you do, no, minimal repetition of information.
Yep. So having said all that, if we do some other stuff here on this channel. We have a trivia show, 80s trivia show called Do You Even 80s Bro? It's where Kenny and I ask each other a series of 80s related questions, and we ask the question, do you even 80s? And it's a fun little romp. We've had some really good ones. The playlist is on our channel. You can go check that out.
You can play along with us when we're
get to us at Retro Squat on any of the socials if you want to give us suggestions on anything for like the 80s trivia show. You could check it out.
Topics.
Give us any topics you want us to do.
And you get credit.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll take suggestions on anything. You guys want to do fan art? You guys want to draw? So you guys want to help make the games? You want to make the game? Hey, listen. You want to just get in there. Get in there and do it. We do really appreciate everyone that has been watching tonight. And if you're listening...
Also, I recently attended the Long Island Toy Show.
Oh, true.
And we have a pickup video that we did record a few weeks ago. And it's going to be going up on YouTube pretty soon. So keep an eye on the YouTube channel. We'll also post it when it goes live on Instagram and Twitter.
Yep.
Right? And maybe we'll have to look into this Snapchat thing.
We'll look at Snapchat. You know what it is? It's a matter of when is either of us going to do it.
Fact. We'll try. We need some social
Twitter and Instagram are different.
We need a social media manager.
You guys want to be a social media manager? At Retro Squad on socials, you'll get to us.
Get with us. Continue the conversation with us. Talk about Loverboy. Talk about Wacky Wallwalker. Talk about Total Carnage with us. Or Atari 7800. Or talk about the TurboGrafx with me because I love that thing.
He sure does.
Chris doesn't love much of anything.
That's not true.
What do you like? He likes the old Police Quest, Space Quest computer games. I love
those games.
You want to talk PC games? Talk to him. You want to talk consoles? Obscure consoles, Neo Geo, TurboGrafx, Atari 7800.
Those were good games.
Listen,
man.
I understand there's the NES, and I love my NES. All right, I love my Super NES. I love my Genesis, Chris. However, there's a soft spot on the ones that just didn't make it. I just have this.
Underdogs. You like underdogs. I know. I got you, man.
Because of what could have been.
Kenny,
there could have been so much potential.
I'm going to tell you this.
Yes.
It's. I'm going to use this word again. It's like the 7th time I use the word. It's indicative of your personality.
Thank you.
And I do mean it in a compliment. It's just you. You just like.
I just want. That's why.
That's it. You're always looking down this road as opposed to that road, and that's perfectly fine.
I bet on the Bills, man.
Well,
after like 2 or 3 losses, I bet on the Bills to win, and they didn't.
I know.
And I paid the price.
You did.
But I tried.
Hey, man, but that's you. That's Kenny. I'm Chris. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Everybody in chat that watched tonight and hung out with us, thank you so much. You guys have a great week. We will get to you again Monday night, 7 p.m. We're here doing this thing.
Always and forever.
That's it. So 80s will never get to the chopper.
Oh, the 80s will never get? Oh, they have to.
Yeah, they will.
They
will, but I mean, not, I don't know. We'll see. Have a good night, everyone. Take care.
Take care. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.